Good evening. Welcome to the program. I'm streaming live in LinkedIn and other social media like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And I can see many people are participating from LinkedIn live. Today we are going to see one more important job posting in the recent job posting from a job portal. Of course, here I am trying to see various posting from a multinational organization. If you are looking for a better job or better salary, this type of job description, knowing what employers wants, then you can prepare yourself, and possibly we can also discuss some of the terms which you may not be aware. So in this series I have been seeing the latest posting from any of the job portal. So today we are going to see one such important position today. So let me share the document. Hope you are able to see the documents. Okay, well, welcome once again. I hope you are able to hear me and see the screen clearly. So, in this series, I am trying to dissect the job posting of any one particular designation, specifically in supply chain and allied domain, and try to understand what exactly the employers are there. So, you can know the gap between your current level and what employers are looking for. We have been seeing in our previous session that most of the employers have put a big wish list, though they are looking for a junior profile. They are looking for a much senior job description. Let me put the headphones so that the voice is clear. Okay, so many organization, even for a junior position, they are looking for a total in-depth knowledge of end-to-end supply chain management. I consider certain things as a wish list for the employers. Maybe that is not correct way of posting it, but we cannot avoid. When you are in the job market, you should see all this hazards and see how you can overcome such issue. So let us go into today's job posting. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Pattabhiraman. This is my Udemy profile. Recently, I have been in Udemy, so I have more than 1,000 candidates right now. I am also in the LinkedIn. Many of you are watching from LinkedIn. So if you are not connected or following me, you are welcome to connect with me. Coming to my profile, I am an engineer with PG degree in management and data science. I have nearly 2.5 decades working in this global organization. So I have handled end-to-end supply chain management at various levels during my 25 years of career, and the last 10 years I was heading supply chain in this global organization. Last 4 years, I have been heading a current organization known as Thoughtware Training Private Limited. Coming to my certification, hopefully, if you are in supply chain, you should recognize what is APIX or ASCM, especially if you are in job market and looking for a job in multinational company. You need to at least know what are these certification. Please Google up. These are globally recognized certification from APIX, and you need to have at least one certification. Of course, these are not specific to a particular domain. This is like either for overall supply chain or basic internal supply chain or logistic type of certification. Similar organization, Demand Driven Institute, they also provide similar global certification known as, for example, the Demand Driven Planner Professional is one such certification. I am also a certified purchasing manager and project management professional apart from qualified in analytics. Coming to our organization, we are based in Bangalore, 5-year-old organization. We provide both consulting and training. Here, training is practical training, okay? More of a practical, less of a theory in supply chain and related field. One of our popular and globally recognized program is supply chain analytics, for which participants are there across the world. We are operating under the trade name Expert Asia. Coming to today's topic, I am referring to a job posting from Siemens. The title of the job is warehouse executive. So this is a very recent job posting. In fact, I have picked this job today, and it was posted 3 days back in the job portal, and I have picked this in Indeed portal. So it's as good as very fresh. And you are not able to hear. Can anyone confirm in the comments? Are you able to hear me and see the screen? Okay. Somebody has to respond if you are not able to see or hear the job posting. I get the information that you are able to hear. So we are going to see a latest job posting from a globally recognized organization called Siemens. So let us see point by point what is their expectation. Okay, they have put this title. We don't need superheroes, but just a Superman. I like this title. The location is Goa. Qualification expected is B. Experience could be 1 to 3 years, but I don't know 1 to 3 years. So I assume this is a junior position. Salary is not specified. Let us look about the requirements. So the first requirement is supervise a team of service contract people deputed by service provider. I assume that this they are referring to a 3PL management. In most of the warehouses, the main activity involves managing the skilled or unskilled labor, especially provided by the third party. So, the people who are managing warehouse should also have the people management capability. Okay, and most of the manufacturing organization, you may also see that these people are from a unionized environment. So, you are expected to have the skill, but we are not sure whether it's a small organization in Goa or is it a big, how many people are working, how many shift, that is not clear, but it's a basic requirement. Whether you are working in this organization or any organization, the manpower management, especially skilled, unskilled, outsourced people, has to be managed, and their productivity is important in warehouse management. Next one, you can see responsible for activities like unloading of material, counting of material, material movement within the plant warehouse, and storage of material at defined location. So this is not a distribution kind of environment. We can call this as a store. You know, there is a difference between store and warehouse. Store is something where you can store the item, and this particular location is attached to the manufacturing plant. Warehouse is something away from the manufacturing plant and it is not attached. When it is not attached, maybe you can call it as a warehouse or distribution center. And if it is a e-commerce platform, you can call them as a fulfillment center. But this position, they are looking for store type of a environment, and all this mentioned is a basic warehouse activity. Though it is a junior level, they currently we can see that they are looking for end-to-end activities management here. So you should understand, if it is a small stores, The managing all this end-to-end management may be easy when we talk, for example, less than 1,000 SKUs or handling 100 or 200 pallets in a day or few trucks every day. This is okay. Even a junior guy can handle this type of position, but one has to be clear whether the supplier is certified. Are we going to do both counting and inspection 100% of the supplier, or is it a random checking? Okay. I hope Siemens is a very good recognized company. They have a certified supplier. Maybe for random auditing, you may check a few of this component, but otherwise, these are all basic activities in a warehouse. Next activity expected is material kitting, supply at different workstation of production line or as per the production plan. So kitting is something you are going to either take 4 5 items and put it in one tray or a bin and arrange it and directly issue to the production line. So this, since this is a store, so you can expect this activity as a picking and you are doing some value addition. Kitting means you are taking some work from operation and you are doing it, preparing it, and then sending it to the line. So it requires some skill there. So you need to understand what is kitting, and of course this need not be technical. It need not be a assembly type of a work. Mainly for me, it is arranging certain things or combining certain things, and it's more of a picking and issuing to the line. So you should be aware what are the methods of picking inside the warehouse. It all depends upon how many parts has to be picked and how big are this component. Is it a small, big, how many component? But you should be aware what are the picking methods are possible inside a warehouse operation. Meanwhile, any one of you watching live, you can always comment if you need any doubts or clarification so that I can clarify you. I am doing it live, assuming that you are going to benefit by understanding this job description. If you are in a job market, understanding the job description itself becomes critical, because many of you have reported to me that passing the interview stage or getting the interview level itself is difficult. So you need to understand whether you are capable of doing it, and if this there is a gap, how you are going to bridge the gap. Okay, so here in warehouse picking operation, two important things comes into my picture, my mind. One is accuracy. How much is the accuracy one can do in this position, and also productivity when you are using the outsourced people. How much will be the productivity? So there should be some cycle study, time and motion study made so that you are aware about what is the time involved in this operation. The next requirement, usage of kitting. This looks like a repetition. Replenishment strategy to supply the material online. So replenishment is how frequently you have to do. So it talks about, see, you cannot load all the item in the shop floor. So you need to supply at the required rate to the line. Possibly if this organization is following lean or JIT, you should be in a position to supply this item in the required time at the required station. Okay, you cannot go and dump the item. So there are various strategy available if we need to follow such thing. Is it same or different kind of kits? Because complication grows if this plant is having multiple products with multiple SKUs. Okay, more SKUs, more kit means then the complexity increases. Okay, next requirement is update SAP records for all the parts received, supplied on production line. So the expectation is you should know how to handle ERP. You need not worry about SAP or Oracle. Everything is more or less same. Nowadays, operating the ERP is very easy. Like you are opening an app in your mobile phone and then start using it. It has become so much simplified now. Earlier, it was very complicated. You need 2 weeks, 3 weeks training to understand. But now all this are becoming very easy, user friendly, and two modules may be important. For example, module or module can be relevant for warehouse operation. Okay, so what is important is, one is you have to use the CRP, and second is there should be a timely error-free update. Okay, there should not be any lag between item received and you are making a GRN, or you have issued to the production and it takes few hours to update. Then there is going to be a problem in this. Okay, any of you watching live, you can start typing your question clarification. This is a live job description for the company Siemens. Position is a warehouse executive. Okay, next one is packaging of finished goods. So I assume the store is not only for the incoming material, so it is also responsible for outgoing material. So it combines both inbound as well as outbound logistics. Packing is one of the important aspect in such cases. So you should be aware what are all the packing methods and material available. Especially in most of the organization, palletization is used, but once again, it all depends upon the size, character of the final finished product. You should be aware whether you can palletize it or you have to put in a wooden box. How far is this customer, and is it for air or sea? In case of export, you should also have a knowledge. Okay, in the air, especially, you cannot use a heavier item for packaging, because there you are going to pay higher price. At the same time, you should also see that the cost, it should not damage the product. Okay, so packing alone is one more big area in the warehouse operation. Manage storage for finished to goods. So managing, fine, it may be receiving the item, storing it, and take care that it is not getting damaged, and this is a basic task. So you see, the complication is growing slightly. So inbound, outbound, so everything is has to be taken care. But I don't know why a junior position can take care of such a end-to-end operation. It's okay if they are talking about, say, only less than 1,000 SKUs and finished product maybe 10 or 20 SKU. It's fine. But if it is larger, once again, this company is also moving to the wish list. Okay, why do you need a young junior position to take care of end-to-end management is questionable. Next activity is loading of finished goods in vehicle as per dispatch plan and dispatch instruction. So this is also one of the tasks in most of the warehouses. So you have to take care of inbound, outbound. So the specialization will come into picture, whether is it for local or export. So local means it could be a smaller vehicle or truck. If it's a export, then it's a container loading. So there are some procedure has to be followed. The local loading and the container loading for export is totally different, and here we are not sure how many vehicles or containers they are talking. Okay, next requirement, follow and ensure and KPIs, key performance indicator. So this is the significant statement of the entire posting. They are talking about 100% OT in material supply to production line, 5 years in warehouse receiving and other storage areas, 100% adherence to defined process, compliance of EHS activity. So you need to understand what is OTIF. Anyone who is watching live, can you type what is OTIF, when you have to give it to production line from the warehouse? Can anyone give the full explanation for OTIF? When they expect you to do 100% OTIF, what does it mean? Those watching live, you can type in the comments, LinkedIn comments. I am able to respond to it, because this is one of the basic requirement if you are working in warehouse or store. This could be one of the requirements. What is votive? What does it mean? So I will wait for the response from you guys. There is no sense in only talking one way. And another requirement is 5S. Anyone else can talk about 5S? What is 5S? You can type in the comments if you are aware. And third one is they are talking about process adherence. Okay, so there are a lot of procedures which has to be followed, and they are also talking about EHS. What is EHS? So I expect some of the participants who are watching this live program, you can type in the comments if you are aware what is voting, what is FIRES, and what is EHS. Okay, I'm not sure. Nobody has responded so far. What if we are talking like on time in full? Okay, OTIP is one of the performance measure indicator, so it should match with the requirement of the production line. Second one is PIS. It is one of the basic lean and JIT methodology where you can have organized method of working. Okay, PIS is related to organizing things in your workplace, not only inside the warehouse, even it could be your desk place. EHS is related more towards environment, health, and safety. Okay, warehouse is an environment where you can see such a requirement can come. Next one is creation and maintenance of documentation related to EHS, ISO audit like SOP, HERA sheet. So you should be aware what is EHS, what are the ISO certification which are being followed in many of the organization. Normally ISO 9000, 14000 is being implemented in most of the organization. So there is also a warehouse participation in this process. So you should know what are the audit requirement. Maybe you may become an audit representative. So what is the SOP, standard operating procedure? HERA means hazard identification and risk assessment, especially if this organization is handling hazard material. So you should know how to handle such hazardous material. So this procedure must be clear. Possibly you may if you are not covering this aspect in your resume or in your experience, you may not get the call, interview call. So you are getting blocked there itself. So there is a necessity to know more than what these people are asking. Okay, collaborate with the functional team members from production, administration, quality, logistic, and EHS. These are basic queries. Okay, for any warehouse executive, I agree. These are all basic requirement. Then finally, I think this should have come in the beginning. They are talking about regular check on accuracy, stock, perpetual inventory, and 100% physical stock counting at least twice a year. But this statement is not so much clear. They could have put the inventory accuracy, physical accuracy is one of the important characteristic of a warehouse executive. So he is responsible to maintain system stock versus physical stock. There should not be any gap, but that can be close to 100% if you're handling less than 1000 parts. But if you're handling 5000, 10,000, 50,000 parts, the accuracy is going to decrease. So there are a lot of inventory control techniques the cycle counting. When they say 100% stock counting, it's not clear. Generally, we follow ABC method and use it in the cycle counting. Ultimately, you should set a target. Okay, how much is the accuracy expected, and it all depends upon number of SKUs. If we are discussing, if it is less than 1000, then it should be a simple activity. Next task is hands-on experience in SAP MMWM will be an added advantage. This is a basic requirement, like learning Excel. You can learn this languages, and you need not even spend money in learning this. This is maybe half an hour or 1 hour learning task. And there is one more soft skill they are expecting: team player and team management. So these are basic skills. Okay, so I feel they have covered end-to-end activity in for a position which they call as a warehouse executive with experience to 1 to 3 years. So if it is a small stores, say SKU less than 1,000 and inventory less than say 20 or 30 crores, this is okay. Okay, covering end-to-end warehouse management, having knowledge both on inward, outward, packing, the maintenance of inventory, all that is okay. But if they are talking about a big stores, for example, if the number of SKU is 5,000 or 10,000 and the inventory is worth 50 crores or more, then this also becomes a wish list. Okay, how you can expect a junior guy to take care of end to end, both inward and outward? So I hope Siemens will not commit such a mistake. If they are doing like that, maybe it is time for them to review their specification and put the what exactly is the necessary skill, essential skill, and preferred skill separate, so that it is clear to the candidate. You should not make candidates to have some fear while they are applying, nor you should overbuild your job requirement. So, candidates, if you want any support in terms of analyzing job description or training, you are welcome to visit our sites. You can also see the WhatsApp number available here. Any one of you watching live, any doubts, clarification? Of course, you can also reach to me or our executive by using the numbers given here. These are all WhatsApp number. You are welcome to reach to us. Many times, the organization also looks for candidates who have a good communication skill. Many times, I keep receiving messages, my number, because I have given the numbers. They simply put a message saying, "I sir, hello sir." That's all. The next step, even if I respond to them, they are not coming back. Why they are saying hello? What is their requirement? Not at all clear. The employers want people with a good communication skill, but many people, especially in the warehouse operation, they assume chalta hai, I know, I have been handling. Now you can see the constraint. They are looking for a junior position, less than 3 years experience, handling both inbound and outbound, end-to-end warehouse operation. It's really a challenging job, so don't take it casually. If you want to continue in your current organization till retirement, then that's fine. But that's not going to be the future. Future, if people are not satisfactory, even if you wish to continue, that cannot happen. There will be a churning happening in most of the organization. We are seeing it. So there is a necessity for you to upskill, come to the current market level, and keep upgrading yourself. Okay, improve your communication skills. So I don't see anyone asking for doubts or clarification. No issues. Thank you. Have a nice evening. Bye.